The European Union seems to be taking bold new initiatives as far as funding goes, as far as reducing CO2 emissions goes. Where did that come from? Did you simply get impatient with waiting for the other developed nations to get on board?
Well, I wouldn't call it being impatient. I think it's because we are very much aware of the urgency. We are aware of the extreme weather events. We are aware of the growing emissions. And all these elements create this utmost necessity to take these actions that we propose as soon as possible, without waiting.
I mean, we are still waiting for the likes of the United States, China, India, Japan to get on board. And the EU now seems to be forging its own way forward, as does the United States. In the long term, will that work if different organizations, major organizations in the world, take unilateral rather than multilateral action?
We strongly believe in multilateralism, and we believe that multilateral rules and the systems which are rule-based, which are built on multilateral agreements, are by far better and by far more reliable and reassuring than those systems which would only be, as some say, pledge and review based. So we need robust accounting system. We need good mitigation ambitions that would take into account what is needed to curb the global warming. And of course, we need similar or even the same nature of legal commitments that would create a right framework for the actions. It does not mean that the countries would be in any way curbed by something that would be imposed on them. But that means that we would have comparability of efforts. It means that we would have transparency of what has been achieved and transparency of what is the prospective measure that is going to deliver something in the future.
And this would be across the board. This would be developed and developing nations. The same rules would apply.
Of course, the same rules, but not the same obligations. Rules should be the same. The obligations must be differentiated. And of course, the assistance must be offered and must be made available for many countries in the world. We believe that for least developed countries, it wouldn't make much sense to set any obligations. These countries still need to build capacities, they still need to build their economies, and they need to be assisted in order to make these economies really sustainable and really resilient.
I mean, is the hope that the EU model will be seen as the model and that other countries, other developed nations may jump on board when it seemed to be working?
We very much hope so, but of course it's not up to us to impose this kind of solutions on anybody. It must be the free choice of the nations. It must be the free choice of the countries, and I believe that the example of the EU might play a very much encouraging role.